Hey everyone, and welcome back to this week's Mod Showcase Roundup. This time, I've got 12 brand new mods to share with you, each one packed with quality. So without further ado, let's dive in and discover this week's lineup of hidden gems that deserve a spot in your next mod pack. Found an absolutely amazing golem mod for you all. This mod adds 9 brand new golems to your world, each one crafted with stunning detail. We're talking incredibly polished animations, fluid movements, and unique behavior patterns. It's made by the same team behind Creeper Overhaul and Enderman Overhaul, 2 of the most beloved creature enhancement mods out there. So when it comes to quality and stylistic consistency, you're in very good hands. First up is the Netherite Golem, and wow, this thing looks like a full-on metal-clad war machine. Its design is sleek and industrial, like a battle-ready mini-mech, and the best part? You can ride it. Once mounted, hit the jump key and it'll perform a heavy slam attack, smashing down with explosive force. The impact is incredibly satisfying, both visually and mechanically. It honestly feels like piloting your own pocket-sized mech suit. But if you're feeling spicy and want to see some firepower, pour a bucket of lava on it. This will trigger an emergency protocol where it spits out a swarm of tiny coal golems to help in battle. Just be careful, doing this overheats it. If it touches water while overheated, it becomes extremely fragile. That said, it's the Nether. No water in sight. Next up is the Barrel Golem, a lovable barrel-bodied little golem that naturally spawns in villages. When attacked, it instantly shuts its lid, entering a defensive state that reduces incoming damage by up to 90%. As the sun sets, they'll close their lids and lie down to sleep, perfectly lined up like cozy little sleeping bags. If several are around, their synchronized bedtime routine is so heart-meltingly cute. On the practical side, barrel golems act like alternative villagers. Hand them an emerald, and they'll reward you with a random item, ranging from saplings and saddles to enchanted books or even diamonds. Next is the Candle Golem, a tiny guardian you can summon by simply right-clicking a candle block. Small in size, but full of surprises. Once it sits down, it becomes remarkably tanky, especially against ranged attacks, reducing projectile damage by 90%. But here's where it gets fiery. Give it a gentle tap with a flint and steel, and it transforms from a harmless candle into a mini flame turret, launching fireballs at nearby enemies with surprising aggression. Just be warned, this fiery form slowly drains its health over time. The Honey Golem is a sticky little sweetheart with a surprisingly effective combat style. This golem has a symbiotic relationship with bees, and its body functions like a walking beehive. Even cooler? These bees will continuously produce throwable honey balls, which you can collect and use yourself. Toss them at enemies to apply a slow effect and disrupt their movement. Next up is the Terracotta Golem, a rugged, wild-looking sentinel that naturally spawns in Badlands biomes, but you can also summon it manually by placing a terracotta golem statue near a heat source, like a campfire or lava pool. These golems are naturally hostile toward mobs, operating on a punch-first, ask-questions-never philosophy. Add a cactus, and its melee damage goes from 4 to 6. Add a dead bush, and it gains a ranged attack, turning it into a stationary turret that can fire from a distance. Literally a grow-your-own fighter with a desert attitude. Next up is the Kelp Golem, a deep-sea combat unit built for aquatic dominance. On land, it may seem clumsy and sluggish. Its movements are slow, its attacks delayed. But don't be fooled. Drop it into water, and it undergoes a complete transformation. When it enters the range of a conduit, the Kelp Golem enters a charged state, dramatically boosting its combat abilities. As long as the conduit remains active, it's basically in aquatic overdrive. The Slime Golem is basically the evolved cousin, or maybe the rebellious distant relative of your classic slime mob. These golems spawn in 2 random sizes. The large variant boasts higher health and stronger attacks, but once it's defeated, just like a slime, it splits into 2 smaller slime golems that keep on fighting, keeping up the pressure with non-stop bounce-based harassment. Despite sharing their squishy origins, slime golems and regular slimes are actually hostile toward each other. The hay golem acts as a passive protector for your crops, guarding a 10x10 area around itself. It's especially useful when paired with other farming or automation mods. A humble-looking golem, but a true farmstead MVP. The coal golem is a small, unlit construct that naturally spawns around coal ore. In its default state, it's completely passive toward nearby creatures. But the moment you right-click it with flint and steel, it ignites, switching into an aggressive mode where it charges at enemies in a fiery, self-sacrificing attack. After its attack, it dies in a burst of flame, making it essentially a one-time explosive unit. It's not built to last, but it is built to go out swinging. All in all, even though this incredibly well-made Golem mod currently has only around 300 downloads, its overall quality is absolutely top tier. No doubts there. And honestly, I believe that once more players get their hands on it, it's only a matter of time before that number skyrockets into the millions. Remember the Soul of Cinder mod I showcased last time? Well, the creator has just pushed a new update, and this time it brings in another legendary boss from Darksouls 3, the Abyss Watchers. Venture deep underground, and you'll now find them lurking in the Catacombs of Karthus. In Dark Souls lore, the Abyss Watchers were once part of the undead Legion of Farron, a brotherhood of countless warriors bound by a single oath to hunt down and destroy the corrupting forces of the Abyss. And honestly, the mod's recreation of them is nothing short of incredible. During battle, up to 3 Watchers can appear at once, and if one succumbs to the Abyss, the others won't hesitate. They'll draw their blades and cut him down immediately. Yes, you'll witness them turning on each other mid-fight. They share a single health bar, and once they're defeated, the surviving leader absorbs their power and enters the Lord of Cinder phase, continuing the fight with burning fury. All in all, this mod nails the Abyss Watchers, right down to the chaotic elegance of their dance-like combat. The recreation of the Catacombs of Karthus is also beautifully done, capturing the oppressive and eerie atmosphere of the original. The only minor downside? The flame effect on the Watcher's sword could use a little texture polish. It's a bit rough. But make no mistake, this is still an absolutely stellar mod. Illagers have always been one of Minecraft's iconic hostile factions, and today's mod takes them to the next level. This mod introduces 12 brand new Illager variants, and they're accompanied by brand new custom structures scattered throughout the world. First off, let's talk about their impressive animations. Each of these Illagers comes with a finely crafted custom animations. Whether they're walking, getting hit, or launching attacks, every movement feels smooth, natural, and full of character. The model details are just as polished, giving each Illager a strong visual identity. Now, let's break down these high-fashion Illagers one by one. First up is the Mischiever, a downright devious little troublemaker. He lobs explosives that don't just hurt, they inflict weakness on anyone caught in the blast. And just when you think you've got him cornered, he goes invisible. Half the time, you won't even know where he is, only that you're getting blown up from somewhere. Just makes your life miserable. Next up is the Partyger, a total lunatic who treats raids like a never-ending festival. This guy won't stop throwing party gifts your way, but spoiler alert, they're packed with explosives. One wrong move and boom, you're airborne. And if you try to rush him, he whips out a celebration cannon, loaded with confetti blasts that sends you flying like it's New Year's Eve. He's the kind of enemy that has you laughing one second and yelling the next. Next up is the Imprecator, a sinister Illager warlock skilled in both alchemy and dark sorcery. His most dangerous move is a paralysis effect that can leave you completely vulnerable. Fortunately, shields can block his spells, so don't forget to gear up, or risk getting stun-locked into oblivion. And here's a twisted little twist. Allays actually attract his attention. If an allay gets hit by one of his spells, it'll be instantly transformed into a Vex, and maybe don't bring your allies. Next is the Withermancer, the hot-headed powerhouse of the Illager clan. He bombards you with relentless fire blasts, each one stacked with wither effects, leaving you burning, decaying, and with zero room to breathe. Next is the Libravoker. This guy's downright lethal. In battle, he hurls enchanted books straight at your face with surprising force. But the real threat is his signature move, summoning a massive cluster of evoker fangs right beneath your feet. If you don't dodge in time and take the full hit, it's basically a one-way trip to the respawn screen. Next up is the Bass Blaster, an Illager DJ rocking a headset and lugging around a custom-built jukebox like it's a backpack. He's vibing hard to his own beats, completely unfazed by the chaos around him. He's not just partying. Fighting him feels like getting caught in a mosh pit where the music can actually kill you. Next is the Sparkologer. Wielding an iron sword and sporting a backpack-mounted flying gadget that looks suspiciously like Doraemon's bamboo copter, he'll launch himself high into the air and then dive straight down for a surprise strike, catching you completely off guard. It's unexpected, and it's kinda hilarious. The Magnetizer is one of the most tactical Illagers in the bunch. Every move screams, "You're not hitting me that easily." He constantly runs around the battlefield, deploying magnet devices by magnetizing nearby players and mobs, pulling or pushing them off balance and breaking your formation. Try to avoid the magnets? He'll pull you directly toward himself, acting as a shield to protect his allies. But don't think you've got him cornered. Once his health gets low, he'll flip the script and push you away with a repelling force. The Photographer is the resident artist of the Illager crew, a combat photographer with a flair for chaos. Instead of hurling potions or swinging weapons, he fights by relentlessly snapping photos of you with his oversized camera. Every time he clicks the shutter, your screen is hit with a blinding flash. Try to hit him, he'll just step back, strike a new angle, and keep on flashing, like he's making sure you look extra photogenic for your final moments. The Doodler is the grand artist of the Illager ranks, and easily the most aesthetically chaotic of them all. Wielding a giant doodle pen, he attacks with sweeping strokes, but the real fun begins when he starts drawing enemies into existence, right in the middle of battle. He'll sketch out 2D-style paper mobs like flat ravagers, paper pillagers, even a cardboard-looking creeper or two. They might not hit hard, but they're fast, quirky, and come in swarms. It's like fighting inside a cartoon, with punchlines that punch back. The Bubbleologer is easily the comic relief of the Illager crew. Armed with a giant water gun, he fires enormous bubbles that, if they hit you, will trap you inside and lift you into the sky. You'll just float there helplessly, watching yourself slowly ascend like some sad balloon with no control at all. And just when you think you're about to hit the ground and escape, boom, another bubble smacks you midair and sends you right back up. Stay trapped too long, and your health will plummet fast. 1 second you're laughing, next second you're popping into spectator mode. Fangclaw is a terrifying enforcer Illager, missing one arm, but in its place grows a grotesque, living weapon that looks like a twisted fusion of evoker fangs. He is the weapon, and he knows it. Among all the Illagers, he has the most aggressive assault potential. He'll charge at you with blinding speed and unleash a brutal combo barrage the moment he gets in your face. You'll barely have time to react before you're caught in his flurry. One slip up, and it's game over. Some of these Illagers don't just leave chaos behind. They drop fun and functional loot you can use yourself. Magnetizing Magnet from Magnetizer acts just like Magnetizer's battlefield magnets, except this one only pulls in hostile mobs. It's craftable using azure and scarlet neodymium ingots from Alex's caves. Super Surprise from Partyger, a festive little time bomb that bursts into flames. Party Horn, also from Partyger. Blow it to blast everyone around you away, just like the Partyger himself. This is one of the rare high-quality Illager mods we've seen in a while. Highly recommended for anyone looking to spice up their mod pack with some fresh, dangerous, and downright entertaining Illager content. Before we dive into this mod, let's first talk about TO magic and extras. For those unfamiliar, it's an add-on for Iron Spells and Spellbooks that brings integration with several popular mods, like Ender's Cataclysm and Alex's Caves. It allows you to cast spells inspired by content from those mods. Now, the mod we're covering today takes things a step further. It's a compatibility mod. that bridges these magical and weapon-based additions with epic fights. What does that mean? Well, the custom weapons inspired by Ender's Cataclysm and others now come with full epic fight combat animations, complete with unique attack patterns and powerful combo abilities. Let's break down some of these epic fight-enhanced weapons and their special moves in detail. The first weapon is the Gauntlet of Extinction. When equipped in both hands, it unlocks a powerful combo move, allowing you to draw the second gauntlet and unleash a stream of fire toward enemies, followed by a fiery meteor shower crashing down from above. Just be cautious. The meteors don't track targets, and the scorched ground they leave behind can burn you as well. Thorns of Oblivion comes with two powerful epic fight-style abilities. The first is the ability to summon overgrown roots, trap-like vines that you plant on the ground. After a 3-second delay, they erupt and entangle all targets within range. Also, the more mobs caught in the area, the heavier the performance hit. The lower NPCs might see some lag during large encounters. The second move is a Seismic Slam. You leap into the air and crash down, triggering a localized earthquake within a 10-block radius. A devastating move for clearing out clustered threats. Void Strike Reaper comes with 3 powerful epic fight-style abilities. 1. Ender Rage. Stuns nearby enemies and boosts your damage by 30% for 10 seconds. 2. Vortex Storm. Summons a vortex that activates after 3 seconds, dealing damage and launching enemies into the air. Currently buggy and may launch the player too. Use with caution. 3. Guardian Dominate. Teleports you into the air and slams down hard, dealing high damage and creating void runes around you, just like the Ender Guardian's iconic strike in Cataclysm. Trident of the Eternal Maelstrom has received 3 powerful new epic fight-style abilities. 1. Heavy Slash. A devastating melee strike that deals increased damage and inflicts abyssal burn on enemies, causing lingering damage over time. Self-electrocuted Chargee. Charges yourself with lightning and dashes forward, using aquatic energy to strike with force. 3. Voltaic Revolt. An upgraded version of Wrathful Lightning. It creates a massive ripple ahead and summons a thundercloud that lasts for 15 seconds. All in all, if you're an epic fight player, this compatibility mod is a fantastic addition. Immersive Aircraft is already a staple flying vehicle mod in many packs, but today's mod is a dedicated expansion built specifically for fans of military themes. It adds 14 iconic World War II era planes, each with multiple paint variants, adding up to over 40 to 50 different color schemes in total. That means plenty of visual variety for collectors and role players alike. You'll find legendary aircraft from several major nations, including the US, Japan, Germany, the Soviet Union, the UK, and Italy. Each plane reflects its country's unique design philosophy, giving the whole lineup a great sense of authenticity. The models are well crafted with impressive detail, making them perfect for war, survival, or military-themed mod packs. Here's a super lightweight but pretty fun UI enhancement mod. Item Interactions. Its function is simple. When you drag items with your mouse, they'll now have a subtle shaking animation, making the whole interaction feel more tactile and visually dynamic. It's just a small detail, but it genuinely feels satisfying and smooth once you try it. I'd also recommend pairing it with another popular mod, Tiny Item Animations. They're fully compatible, and when used together, items not only shake but also slightly enlarge when selected. The result? Every action feels smoother, snappier, and just more polished overall. Not sure how many of you are familiar with this epic fight add-on, but it's a real treat. Based on Black Myth Wukong, this mod brings an entire set of Wukong-inspired combat animations into Minecraft, and the move replication is seriously impressive. What's even cooler is the latest update. It adds the full Great Sage outfit. And check this out. When I put it on, I can literally ride the clouds in survival mode. Since the mod fully ports over the combat system from Black Myth, you can even charge up chi orbs. Once fully charged, you unlock Great Sage form, which not only looks incredibly intimidating, but also gives you access to enhanced combos and much higher damage output. The hits feel heavier, flashier, and way more satisfying. If you're a fan of flashy martial arts, Wukong lore, or just want to feel like an untouchable mythic warrior, this is the mod to try. Here's a fantastic little gem that fits perfectly into any post-apocalyptic survival mod pack. Let's start with the structures. This mod adds over a dozen decayed, time-worn ruins to your world. Think gas stations, military outposts, abandoned retail stores, all oozing with that gritty, end-of-the-world vibe. Some even hide traps or valuable loot caches. But the real highlight, in my opinion, is the armor system. The mod introduces a lineup of protective gear like camo suits and hazmat suits. There are also some new weapons sprinkled in, including a few that cause a bleed effect, letting you chip away at enemies with damage over time. Great for drawn-out fights. So, if you're building a post-apocalyptic survival pack, Survival Instinct is a small but powerful addition that'll make your world feel just a little more dangerous. Hey, take a look at my inventory. Doesn't it look extra neat right now? There's always been one thing in Minecraft that bugged me. When you die, even if you manage to get back and pick up all your stuff, your inventory ends up completely scrambled. All your carefully sorted items? Gone. Chaos. Well, this little mod fixes exactly that. It lets you preserve your item layout when picking things up after death. That means everything goes back into your inventory just the way it was. No more dragging things around to resort after every unfortunate creeper incident. It's a small but incredibly useful quality of life mod. Lightweight, thoughtful, and especially great for players who obsess over tidy inventories. Iron's Spells and Spellbooks has just added backward compatibility for version 1.20.1, along with the introduction of 2 wholly themed spell scrolls from 1.21.1. Sunbeam calls down a blazing ray of sunlight above your target, dealing area damage and dealing extra punishment to undead mobs. Perfect for crowd control and undead cleanup. Cleans is a practical support spell that instantly removes all negative effects from your character, making it super handy in tough fights. Overall, these scrolls are great for taking on undead enemies. If you're not quite ready to upgrade to 1.21.1, this holy patch is a great way to enjoy some of the new magic features on older versions. I found a fun little mod that makes your mouse cursor way cuter. This mod adds a tiny animal that follows your mouse around. By default, it's a fox, but you can swap it out with a resource pack if you want something else. It doesn't do anything gameplay-wise, it just trails behind your cursor wherever it goes, and honestly, it's pretty adorable. The mod's still in its early stages, so for now the fox is the only companion available. But hey, if you don't mind a cute little creature staring at you while you play, give it a shot! And that's a wrap for this week's showcase. Thanks so much for watching. If you found these mods helpful or discovered something new you're excited to try, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. See you in the next one.